Psalms Tehillim, chapter 119. How happy are those whose way of life is blameless, who live by the Torah of Adonai. How happy are those who observe his instruction, who seek him wholeheartedly. They do nothing wrong, but live by his ways. You lay down your precepts for us to observe with care. May my ways be steady in observing your laws. Then I will not be put to shame, since I will have fixed my sight on all your mitzvot. I thank you with a sincere heart as I learn your righteous rulings. I will observe your laws. Don't completely abandon me. How can a young man keep his way pure? By guarding it according to your word. I seek you with all my heart. Don't let me stray from your mitzvot. I treasure your word in my heart so that I won't sin against you. Blessed are you, Adonai. Teach me your laws. I proclaim with my mouth all the rulings you have spoken. I rejoice in the way of your instruction more than in any kind of wealth. I will meditate on your precepts and keep my eyes on your ways. I will find my delight in your regulations. I will not forget your word. Deal generously with your servant. Then I will live and observe your word. Open my eyes so that I will see wonders from your Torah. Though I'm just a wanderer on the earth, don't hide your mitzvot from me. I am continually consumed with longing for your rulings. You rebuke the proud, the cursed, who stray from your mitzvot. Remove scorn and contempt from me, because I observe your instruction. Even when princes sit and plot against me, your servant meditates on your laws. Also, your instructions are my delight. They are my counselors. I lie prostrate in the dust. Revive me in keeping with your word. I told you of my ways, and you answered me. Teach me your laws. Make me understand the way of your precepts, and I will meditate on your wonders. I am melting away from anxiety and grief. Renew my strength in keeping with your word. Keep deceitful ways far from me, and favor me with your Torah. I choose the way of trust. I set your rulings before me. I cling to your instruction. Adonai, don't let them put me to shame. I will run the way of your mitzvot, for you have broadened my understanding. Teach me, Adonai, the way of your laws. Keeping them will be its own reward for me. Give me understanding, then I will keep your Torah. I will observe it with all my heart. Guide me on the path of your mitzvot, for I take pleasure in it. Bend my heart toward your instructions, and not toward selfish gain. Turn my eyes away from worthless things. With your ways, give me life. Fulfill your promise, which you made to your servant, which you made to those who fear you. Avert the disgrace which I dread, for your rulings are good. See how I long for your precepts. In your righteousness, give me life. May your grace come to me, Adonai, your salvation as you promised. Then I will have an answer for those who taunt me, for I trust in your word. Don't take away completely my power to speak the truth, for I put my hope in your rulings. And I will keep your Torah always, forever and ever. I will go wherever I like, for I have sought your precepts. I will speak of your instructions even to kings, without being ashamed. I will delight myself in your mitzvot, which I have loved. I will lift my hands to your mitzvot, which I love, and I will meditate on your laws. Remember your promise to your servant, through which you have given me hope. In my distress, my comfort is this, that your promise gives me life. Though the arrogant scorn me completely, I have not turned away from your Torah. Adonai, I keep in mind your age-old rulings. In them I take comfort. Fury seizes me when I think of the wicked, because they abandon your Torah. Your laws have become my songs, wherever I make my home. I remember your name, Adonai, at night. I observe your Torah. This comfort has come to me, because I observe your precepts. Adonai, I say that my task is to observe your words. I beg your favor with my whole heart. Show pity to me in keeping with your promise. I thought about my ways and turned my feet toward your instruction. I hurry, I don't delay, to observe your mitzvot. Even when the cords of the wicked close around me, I don't forget your Torah. At midnight I rise to give you thanks because of your righteous rulings. I am a friend of all who fear you, of those who observe your precepts. The earth, Adonai, is full of your grace. Teach me your laws. You have treated your servant well, Adonai, in keeping with your word. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, because I trust in your mitzvot. Before I was humbled, I used to go astray, but now I observe your word. You are good, and you do good. Teach me your laws. The arrogant are slandering me, but I will wholeheartedly keep your precepts. Their hearts are as thick as fat, but I take delight in your Torah. It is for my good that I have been humbled, It was so that I would learn your laws. The Torah you have spoken means more to me than a fortune in gold and silver. Your hands made and formed me. Give me understanding so I can learn your mitzvot. Those who fear you rejoice at the sight of me, because I put my hope in your word. I know, Adonai, that your rulings are righteous, that even when you humble me, you are faithful. Let your grace comfort me in keeping with your promise to your servant. Show me pity, and I will live, for your Torah is my delight. Let the proud be ashamed, because they wrong me with lies. As for me, I will meditate on your precepts. Let those who fear you turn to me, along with those who know your instruction. Let my heart be pure in your laws, so that I won't be put to shame. I am dying to know your salvation. My hope is in your word. My eyes fail from watching for your promise. I ask, when will you comfort me? For I have shriveled like a wineskin in a smoky room. Still, I don't forget your laws. How long can your servant stay alive? When will you bring judgment on my persecutors? The arrogant have dug pits for me to fall in. This is not in keeping with your Torah. All your mitzvot show your faithfulness. They are hounding me with lies. Help me. They have nearly ended my life on earth, but I have not abandoned your precepts. In keeping with your grace, revive me, and I will observe your spoken instructions. Your word continues forever, Adonai, firmly fixed in heaven. Your faithfulness through all generations. You established the earth, and it stands. Yes, it stands today in keeping with your rulings, for all the things are your servants. If your Torah had not been my delight, I would have perished in my distress. I will never forget your precepts, for with them you have made me alive. I am yours, save me, because I seek your precepts. The wicked hope to destroy me, but I focus on your instruction. I see the limits of all perfection, but your mitzvah has no bounds. How I love your Torah. I meditate on it all day. I am wiser than my foes, because your mitzvot are mine forever. I have more understanding than all my teachers, because I meditate on your instruction. I understand more than my elders, because I keep your precepts. I keep my feet from every evil way, in order to observe your word. I don't turn away from your rulings, because you have instructed me. How sweet to my tongue is your promise, truly sweeter than honey in my mouth. From your precepts I gain understanding. This is why I hate every false way. Your word is a lamp for my foot and light on my path. I have sworn an oath and confirmed it, that I will observe your righteous rulings. I am very much distressed. Adonai, give me life in keeping with your word. Please accept my mouth's voluntary offerings, Adonai, and teach me your rulings. I am continually taking my life in my hands, yet I haven't forgotten your Torah. The wicked have set a trap for me, yet I haven't strayed from your precepts. I take your instruction as a permanent heritage, because it is the joy of my heart. I have resolved to obey your laws forever at every step. I hate double-minded people, but I love your Torah. You are my hiding place and shield. I put my hope in your word. Leave me alone, you evildoers, so that I can keep my God's mitzvot. Uphold me as you promise, and I will live. Don't disappoint me in my hope. Support me, and I will be saved, always putting my attention on your laws. You reject all who stray from your laws, for what they deceive themselves with is false. You discard the wicked of the earth like slag. This is why I love your instruction. My body trembles for fear of you. Your rulings make me afraid. I have done what is just and right. Don't abandon me to my oppressors. Guarantee your servant's well-being. Don't let the arrogant oppress me. My eyes fail from watching for your salvation and for the fulfillment of your righteous promise. Deal with your servant in accordance with your grace and teach me your laws. I am your servant. Give me understanding so that I can know your instruction. The time has come for Adonai to act because they are breaking your Torah. Therefore, I love your mitzvot more than gold, more than fine gold. Thus I direct my steps to your precepts. Every false way I hate. Your instruction is a wonder. This is why I follow it. Your words are a doorway that lets in light, giving understanding to the thoughtless. My mouth is wide open as I pant with longing for your mitzvot. Turn to me and show me your favor, in keeping with your judgment for those who love your name. Guide my footsteps by your word. Don't let any kind of sin rule me. Redeem me from human oppression, and I will observe your precepts. Make your face shine on your servant, and teach me your laws. Rivers of tears flow down from my eyes, because they don't observe your Torah.